The Godzilla franchise is the longest ongoing film franchise, which means it has its fair share of powerful titans. Today I'm going to go over and rank the top 10 most powerful titans in the whole entire world of all time. Whether you call them titans, kaiju or giant monsters, these are the top 10 most powerful titans in the whole entire world. Number 10. Ronan. Rodan has a pretty underwhelming size compared to the other monsters, apart from Mothra, and looks like a giant pterodactyl, but Rodan's still incredibly powerful. Rodan's main method of attack is its sharp claws, but it can still fire off intense blasts of heat and fiery energy. Rodan can also use its wings to create shock waves and terrible gusts of wind, as well as easily dodge enemy attacks. Rodan's incredible durability is also worth noting. This titan passively absorbs radiation, which makes it immune to nuclear attacks. Like Godzilla's atomic breath, it's also able to shrug off attacks from the likes of King Ghidorah and absorb energy from nearby life forms to heal itself. So while Rodan isn't functionally immortal, like Mothra, it can fight longer and take more damage than most other titans. Rodan would be much higher on this list if it had more offense abilities. However, even in its fire form, Rodan, the flying monster, just can't dish out as much damage as many other titans. Still though, Rodan is a powerful ally, and it makes sense that Mothra would enlist Rodan's help in battle against cosmic threats like the otherworldly King Ghidorah. 9. Mothra. Mothra isn't the strongest titan, but she's easily one of the toughest, although she can fire off energy beams with her antenna, reflect attacks, and paralyze enemies with her scales and stab enemies with her poisonous stingers, most notably when she beat Rodan in Godzilla King of All Monsters. Most of the time, she can't measure up to the other titans. However, she is a force to be reckoned with, and her immortality makes up for her weaker firepower. Every time a Mothra passes away or nears the end of its natural lifespan, an egg will hatch and produce one or more Mothra larvae. So while other monsters on this list apart from number 10 can defeat Mothra, they can't keep her down for long. In fact, her larva form gives Mothra the chance to defeat and take down some enemy she couldn't beat otherwise. As a larva, she can trap her enemies in silk webbing and drag them into the ocean and away from populated areas. Mothra is one of the few giant monsters who's friendly towards mankind. She often protects humans and even communicates with them, though those physically connected to her. This allows Mothra to coordinate attacks with humans to take down titans she couldn't by herself. So while Mothra isn't supremely powerful on her own, her support for mankind and her fellow titan ally friends will make her an even bigger force to be reckoned with. Number 8. Gigan. Unlike Mechagodzilla, Gigan is an alien dinosaur that was transformed into a cyborg by an alien empire. Already a destructive force, aliens transformed him into a living, killing machine so they could more easily kill Godzilla to take over Earth, which never succeeded. While Gigan can fly at incredible speed, most of his attacks enter on the modifications made to his body. He can shoot laser beams, fire a flamethrower, and shoot a laser out of his eye. Also, he can use his razor-sharp claws to deal with foes at any range. Additionally, his parts can be upgraded and swapped out to make him better equipped and more powerful and better suited in battle against his opponents. His power and demeanour are pretty inconsistent across the Godzilla franchise. However, his versatility in battle and potential savagery easily makes him the 8th most powerful titan in the whole entire world of all time. He's almost unbeatable in space, but not many fights take place in space in the Godzilla franchise. Number 7. King Kong. Worshipped as a god on Skull Island, King Kong is a massive ape who can hold his own against any titan, even if he's an unconventional fighter when compared to the other giant monsters. He's just a giant gorilla. King Kong is one of the smartest on this list of the most powerful titans in the whole entire world of all time. King Kong has a high intelligence and problem-solving level ability. This means he's allowed to use random tools against enemies and exploit his enemies' weaknesses, which makes King Kong a pretty powerful titan. He is even able to stand a big chance against Godzilla, even though he loses both fights in the new upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong League, but they essentially team up to defeat Mechagodzilla. Number 6. Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla was created by the government to kill Godzilla, which Mechagodzilla coming short several times. Mechagodzilla attacks with conventional and advanced weaponry. It uses missiles, grenades and various kinds of lasers to battle its foes. It's made out of some of the strongest and most durable armour in the universe and is able to deflect most energy blasts. However, Mechagodzilla does have a few critical weaknesses. Most of its attacks have a set number of uses. It also can't defend well close range. Mechagodzilla certainly the strongest and most powerful creation of humankind. 5. Hedorah. Hedorah is a monster composed of pollution consisting of smog, sludge and various harmful substances. Hedorah will possibly destroy the environment. Its largest form is a humanoid slime monster. Hedorah can break down into trillions of little various tadpoles and even a state where it can fly. Hedorah's whole entire body is acidic and can melt almost everything it comes into contact with. Physical attacks against it are almost useless. It can also spray parts of its body to melt its enemies. It can also release sulfuric acid at will and trap people and titans in landslides of sludge, while its giant eyes are one of the titan's only weak points, but it can also shoot lasers out of its eyes and shape itself into almost whatever it wants. The only way to defeat it is to dry the whole entire titan's body out. Even if there was one piece of sludge left, he can still regenerate his whole entire body back. Number 4. Space Godzilla. Space radiation mutated Godzilla's DNA. Space Godzilla is larger compared to Godzilla. He also has a lengthier tail and giant crystals on his back and shoulders, something Godzilla doesn't have. Space Godzilla releases an aura that interferes with any nearby electrical devices and can fire a massive energy beam from its mouth. He can also fire off bolts of energy from his shoulder crystals, fly and create crystal shields to deflect projectiles. Space Godzilla is one of the few titans who has rapid regeneration. Space Godzilla's size and weight slows him down in a battle, which is a weakness in battle, along with if he gets his shoulder crystals destroyed, the titan will be drastically weakened. This titan almost unbeatable when it's at its strongest, but titan wearing him down easily could lead to Space Godzilla's downfall. Number 3. King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah is Godzilla's rival in power and status. The titan can shoot gravity out of its mouth, create hurricane force with its wings, and shoot lightning from its mouth and wings. It's protected when it creates energy shields from its wings. King Ghidorah's neck is extremely dexterous, and he's able to bite enemies with incredible force. King Ghidorah's only weakness is the scales on its neck are really susceptible to long and short range attacks. Number 2. Destroyer. He killed Godzilla Jr. The Titan can fire energy beams from its mouth, create a laser sword with its horn, and absorb other creatures' energy, and he can fire an array of micro-oxygen that vaporizes any organic matter or directly inject the devastating chemical into creatures using its secondary jaw. Destroyer does have one weakness: the micro-oxygen stores in its body fluctuates under extreme temperature and will damage Destroyer if pushed far enough. That certainly means that Destroyer will die to extreme heat or cold for long enough. 1. Godzilla. Surprising absolutely no one, Godzilla is the true king of the monsters and the most powerful Titan in his franchise. The Ultimate Titan has taken dozens of enemies during his time in cinema and has always emerged victorious or drew things out to a stalemate. This is thanks to his wide range of impressive and destructive abilities. Godzilla's signature atomic breath attack is a concentrated plasma beam that can destroy nearly anything. Along with Godzilla heating his body up to such a heat, it was 1.2 million degrees Celsius, which is hotter than the sun itself, which disintegrated King Ghidorah and Destroyer. If Godzilla is overwhelmed, though, he can release its stored nuclear energy in a pulse that damages anything surrounding the Titan. Godzilla can also passively absorb radiation and other kinds of energy and use its teeth and claws to tear opponents apart. Godzilla is even able to fly by pointing his atomic breath on the ground and is smart enough to learn and exploit his enemies' weaknesses. For all his might, Godzilla is still susceptible to weapons and attacks that destroy organic matter and absorb radiation, though then again Godzilla's recovery abilities are substantial enough that most attacks won't keep him down for long. There's a reason why Godzilla is the most iconic monster out of all the other Titans in film. His powers is unmatched and Godzilla is sure to emerge victorious in just about every battle he enters.